All right. Sheet. Walk up first and get in position. Scooter close enough.
So now this time we're going to keep the right side out from the wall, and the left side is going to be the one that's matching to the patterns.
Choke up on it a little. Great, I put glue on the face of the other one. That's because I got to keep this side high. Okay. There's the brown. I'm feeling okay with that. Take a seat when I can. Okay, all right with that.
Now you should not have come off the ladder. Remember, we get everything done on top before we get down.
Okay.
Check your reference point so that you're on your level one. Right?
Aha.
Because if you're not, and that's off by, you know, whatever, that's going to multiply. And
Yes. Okay, no,
negated the reason for the level one.
Am I concerned with my seam roller at this point?
No, we hardly ever use a seam roller, to be truthful with you.
Okay, yes.
And if we do, we use it about 15 minutes after the sheet has been installed, when it's just about dry. If you use it when it's too wet, you're going to make ridges in there.
Okay, I like that it's touching, but it's not.
No, that looks good. I can't even see this.
It's not pushing.
Nice.
Now, as I'm sliding this, I'm hearing like snap, crackle, pop going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back and I do it again, and I hear it again. I'm not to be concerned about that it's leaving air pockets or bubbles or anything like that.
No, by the second time you do it, the air should be out of there. And it's going to pull tight when it dries.
Okay.
It does not have to be steamrolled to the wall.
Okay. Just has to make its fair contact.
Yep.
And then
the paste is going to do its work as it dries.
Okay, now my sheet hit here and it feels sticky on the face.
Well, then you better take your sponge and lightly moisten it.
With clean water?
No, just with your damp sponge, moisten that paste that's on there, that stickiness that you feel. And then take your towel and wipe. Now, does it still feel sticky?
Mm-hmm.
See, we don't want to get a whole lot of moisture on the front.
Shoot, I can't even find my.
I can't see it from
can't
here
even
at
find
all.
it to
You've done
fix it.
Really, you've done a great job, Jay.
I'm loving this bench. I could stand on it and have my tool
They're
rest on
really,
it.
yeah, they're really handy. I'm envious that you didn't find two of them.
Well, next time you consult me, one may show up in the mail for you.
Oh, good.
Okay, so we can slide from side to side, starting in the middle, going out. Okay.
So is this blade on the windowsill no good? Or was it one that your girlfriend's getting rid of?
I don't. Yeah, I did. That's brand new.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I did that slow as molasses. I did 2 sheets here. I didn't go around any windows or something. So even at the state that I'm at now, I think I could have finished this wall as my day's work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So,
Would somebody throw you out of the house if you told them that you were going to install this same paper? Is this good, bad, medium, low, high end, what?
well, it's not high end.
Would
but
someone pay
it's-
you
it's-
$100 a strip to install this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh boy. What would be reasonable? If somebody were to say to you, hang it for me,
I think 40 to 50 would be,
Per strip?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's 10:30, so I mean, you know, you could conceivably have this wall done by 1 or 2 o'clock.
All right, if you're having a great day and you like
Okay,
where you
did
are.
you wash the paste off the mop board?
Yeah, I feel better about that.
Okay. So now I'm going to teach you how to cover a switch plate. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm looking for the pattern around that plate.
Oh.
So I see the tan one, I see the brown one, the next brown one, that is right underneath the plate.
Dark tan, light tan.
Okay, so
Or actually dark brown, light.
so this one with the green in the middle of it, see, is the lower left. So if I go a little bit below that, and I go over to where that red one is. Okay, and then on the top, it's a little bit above the brown. That's there. Okay, so I'm considerably bigger than what the plug is, right?
Not as generous as us, Steve. Okay.
Yeah, I'm being generous.
Oh, that is generous. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, that's the switch plate, okay? So, yeah, I don't want to get, I could be a little more, but not too much more. I don't want to be like that. Okay, so now do you have your pencil handy?
Oh, I do.
So we're gonna come
broken tip. Okay.
It's okay. Come over here. This down there.
Yeah, I need a pencil sharpener.
Okay, so we're gonna put this on. And we're gonna match this up. Okay, see how that's matching?
Yeah, the seam is just barely over the edge.
Yeah, this is a tight one, but it'll work. We don't want this to move around.
Okay, so you got your
I
pinch.
want to get this to a flat surface and trace in these. Okay. So now the pressure's off. Now I move that around, it doesn't matter. Okay. So now I'm gonna, first of all, get rid of.
Make sure I don't forget what the top is.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll figure that out easily enough. So that's a little too much. I want like 1/4, 3/8 of an inch paper all the way around there. So I'm gonna cut these out.
And that's crazy. All these cuts that are in here, they just go away forever. Forever. Well, it's 25 years. That's forever enough. turn the paper into the cut, so. Mm-hmm.
So then I can do this little trick of wrapping this onto the paste roller like this to get it pasty.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than trying to paste it on the table and making a big mess.
Mm-hmm. So we don't want glue touching our table.
No.
Does it sponge off and it's fine or no?
Well, it does, but we don't want to get a whole lot of moisture on the table because moisture and wood cause warping.
Okay.
Put this on here. This is a tricky one because it was so close to the edge.
Mm-hmm. I have some green
To
tape.
the seam.
We don't need that.
Well, yeah, we can use some tape, but what we're going to do now is slide this across here. And slide this across here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to fold this down. This over. And then if you want to put some tape on here, that's always a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we definitely need tape here because we just don't have anything holding it.
For demonstration purposes, we'll screw it on and see how
We're
pretty
going
it
to
is.
pretend it's all taped.
Wow, that does
Now
look fabulous.
I'm going to make like a little X cut here, or I can use the point of a very sharp pencil
Mm-hmm.
and stick it through.
Let me get us a screwdriver. That's going to look dynamite. I don't know if I have one. That's my real tool.
Well,
that's in my real tool.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
This is all going to come off the wall in about 2 minutes. And that goes on like that. Okay.
And it's to die for.
There it is.
Gorgeous.
Very nice. So that's that.
I'll refer to that when I do it, and I'll follow the 100% proper techniques how to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can pull those sheets off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Just have what kinds of sheets?
Yeah, no, it's going to go halfway in the middle of the pattern on the other side. So let's find the pattern first.
Okay, so first we've got to get this paper in the correct place on the table because you can't take the curl out right now because you're going to ruin the seam on that. So
Okay.
this has to be back a little bit on the table.
Okay.
Okay.
Take the
Now
curl out
you
of
can
this.
take the curl out.
So I don't have to agonize over that being to the centimeter or eighth of an inch. My straight edge
Once
just
you
as
cut that first sheet of paper, it doesn't matter.
okay.
Because remember, when you cut a second sheet of paper, what's its relationship to the first sheet of paper?
It's going to start aligning itself.
No. It's going to be
The same length every time once you match
Or-
the pattern, or longer.
or longer. If that's giving you difficulty, then go to your roller and do the reverse roll. Some of these wider ones are not so easy to work with. It's underneath the interesting.
Okay. It's surprising it takes the roll off so quickly. And this could have been sitting in a warehouse for years. crazy. When I show you the one that I'm researching, or there could be millions of birch patterns. Okay. I like that.
Okay.
Now what do I do? The top of
So
my paper's over there.
what kind of a sheet is this?
I don't know what you're asking me for.
This is an A sheet.
Oh, this is an A sheet.
So
Okay.
what do we want to do next?
I gotta mark that A.
Well, not right now, but what do we need to do next? What do we want to do next?
What I want to do next is roll this out and find where it matches.
We want to make a B sheet.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to roll it out to length.
Roll it out to length using my table again, guiding me. Actually, now that this is a little bit skinnier, it's more manageable.
Yeah.
And not as heavy. And this glue bucket is.
So because this is 27 inches wide, how long is the roll?
27 feet.
27 feet. It's on an 8-foot ceiling. How many sheets am I going to get out of this roll?
3.
Correct.
Okay, there's my thumb. There's my mark. Bingo.
Okay, so now we're not, because you move stuff around, all you wanted to do was have it as long as this first piece.
It should be. More or less. That's within an inch, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There. Now I'm hitting the straight edge, but I'll need another 12.5.
Well, now what we need to do is make sure you don't just need some random 12.5.
No.
What do you need to happen here on the pattern?
Well, I need
The same point of broken pattern to be what?
So for this to be an exact match, I'm going to have to slide this stick to here. That would match me exactly to that sheet, and then I start adding from it, I'm thinking. No? All right, go ahead, tell me.
You need to have the exact pattern, 12 and what did we say it was?
12 and
5/8.
Yes.
12 and 5/8 inches apart.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to have two different kind of things going on, right? Yeah, we have the black one and we have the light one. So this is a light one, this is a light one, this is a light one. So this light one has to be 12 and 5/8 inches between its likeness.
Let me ask before I start moving this. Can I take this and slide it over to here to make sure I like it, and then, no. All right, so that's
a total waste of time.
Okay. So just, I'm going to slide this down till it matches there, right?
Has nothing to do with matching yet.
Okay.
All we're concerned about is 12 and 5/8 inches of this between this.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're looking for. You're going to have to tell me.
So this pattern right here is the same as this pattern.
Yes.
It is not the same as this. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
This has a lot of black on it.
Uh-huh.
So these are the ones that match that.
Mm-hmm.
So the same pattern has got to be half a repeat away.
Okay.
Which is 12 and 5/8 inches.
Okay.
So you can take your tape measure and lay it out over here. Open it to 12 and 5/8 inches, the other way around. Yeah, 12 and 5/8 inches. Okay.
Okay.
And get this right here.
Okay. Do we care about using this?
You'd rather use that?
I do.
Tape measure?
That's just going to fall over and bounce around.
Okay.
myself some room to work too. All right, 12 and 5/8. Bingo.
Good.
12 and 5/8 is doink.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So now finish unrolling that.
I feel like I'm legit to cut this.
You are.
May I? How do I know this is square? I don't know anything is square.
Oh, well, I see the same amount of tables showing.
Okay. I feel my thumb pushing the, oh wow, I'm putting a scratch on it with my thumb. Okay. 3 sheets out of this. Okay.
So now this needs to have a little space like that, okay? So this is an A sheet. I'm looking at this broken pattern. This is a B sheet. I'm looking at this broken pattern. Okay? So now this is going to live underneath. This is going to live underneath the straight edge.
Okay.
Okay? Now we're going to cut another A sheet. Forgot to do something.
Can I square things up? No. Then I don't know. Curl. I do know, I just don't remember.
Right.
See, you might want to take on some of the, because after you showed me this enough time, the stick helps you remember. Like, you hit someone in the leg, and then all of a sudden they see you reach for the stick, and they're like, "Oh,
uh-oh,
this is smooth. This is smooth."
Sounds like,
Yeah.
I don't think I have that in there.
Oh yeah, the stick is such a memory device.
I'm more the type you get a gumdrop if you do it right.
Alright, let's not get crazy. I was just about to roll it without even doing that. I think I'm pretty comfortable with this. Where's my other one? Make it pretty. This is more curly than the other paper. It's heavy too. I like the weight of it. And I know when I push my seams together, I can feel them hit each other. And that is, am I correct in assuming I'm going to be butting these seams because it's cut perfectly? Okay.
Yep. So pre-trimmed paper.
This is going to look like $1 million.
It is.
Boom. I guess there's not a faster way of doing it other than just plinking along like this. All right. All right, there's my thumb.
Whoa, where are you going?
Oh, that's right, right to the middle. Liking that. Come on. It has to reach. The math says it does.
Well, depending on the pattern repeat, it may not.
You may have a 2 out of a double row.
It's a possibility.
All right.
So now you have to bring this back so that you can watch for your A match there. Okay?
My A match is way far away. Look, I gotta go all the way to New Jersey with this.
Right, you do.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna make it. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, we'll squeeze it out of it. 3 exactly. can go. All right, that's really going to go well. That's the tightest part of the roll.
So first we're gonna trim it.
Oh, trim it even that little bit. Yeah, that's going to be a lot actually.
So now you might even want to use this as your, I don't know, maybe not. I think it's up to you. Maybe you're comfortable with anything.
Too wimpy.
Talk about tight.
Mm-hmm.
As tight as ass.
Oh,
And that's watertight.
mm-hmm.
And remember, you want to be moving your hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Sure that it's nice and flat because I have enough pasting challenges to begin with. Oh boy, I'm pasting all of these. It's going to take the rest of the day for me to paste these sheets.
Plus, we're going to do an inside and outside corner with it.
That I said I wanted so badly, but I do. I want everything in front of you. Wait, that goes. This is my rolling guy.
Okay, so.
I got miles of excess we got to trim.
Exactly.
Okay, this doesn't matter anymore.
As long as my patterns are matched. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's on top of that.
This guy's an A.
You still have to label the bottom on this.
Nice, heavy goods. I like this.
Yeah, this is going to be beautiful to work with. This is more nice. Okay.
All right. We got miles at the other end.
Miles and miles of happy smiles.
I can see for miles.
Holy moly.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay, so this all has to come up to the straight edge.
Mm-hmm. Do I care about jogging it square?
Yeah, we want to keep it square.
Oh, okay. You're squaring it up down there. Okay. I need a little more to make my cut still. We're not square yet. My B piece is way out of whack. All right, make sure I haven't ruined anything.
So let's get these all right on top of each other. So I'm not getting a bad feeling about stuff going all over the place. Get your straight edge where it needs to be.
I'm going to take it away for a second. No? These things are still wild and crazy.
In what respect?
They're not lined up with each other. Okay, there. That's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's get the straight edge on the end of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I am there.
Good. And grab your blade so it doesn't get hidden.
Okay.
Okay. So this is all nice and tight to itself, pretty much.
All right.
Okay, now we gotta take it this way because look where the straight edge is and look where the edge of the paper is.
Oh yeah, come on back. I don't know. I want to leave it.
Okay. So now we can cut it.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'd go like maybe here.
Really?
Well, yeah.
These sticks you can use, or use this?
You can use that one, and that's what I would use. You don't want to really have,
I can't
any
feel it
more.
in there. I can feel this. You can stay in that. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Actually, I was better over
Yeah, but you don't want to be taking, you've already got 2 inches of trim here. Mm-hmm. So now you're going to have 4 inches of trim. You know what that's going to do to you? It's going to fall on your head.
Okay.
And it's going to get shit all over the ceiling.
I gotta get used to feeling where I am in the straight edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now while this is here,
Yes.
take it like this and take your roll and get the curl out. Because the part that we just cut off is the part that you had taken the curl out of earlier.
Make this manageable. This seems like you do one wall with this, like an accent
You
wall.
could do an accent wall.
Otherwise you're in the middle of the woods. You do the whole room. Okay, I think I like that. Yeah, it likes it too. Look at my crazy angle cut. Eek. There's my top because the tree grows like that. Now I need to get to the bottom to paste it, so I'm feeling like I've flopped this over this way. And at some point I take my straight edge away.
Okay, so where do we want the top of the sheet? At which end of the table?
Here.
Okay. So now you can put your straight edge away.
Okay.
We know that this is the top of the sheet, right? So now we gotta flip this whole work over.
Oh.
And pull that out the bottom.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to do some more getting the curl out here.
Okay. All right. Fastest thing that happens for me is putting it on the wall.
Which is good. Check that out.
Oh. Nice.
I don't know that it's exactly the same pattern, but yeah, I don't think it is the same pattern.
Is that a beige background?
No,
it's
it's
just
just the way the light. It's a white background, but it looks like it's a dark day with snow outside, and the lamp is giving artificial light.
All right, my favorite part.
Okay, so we're not quite ready to do that yet because we need to have lines on the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a line right about here.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to keep the edges even.
All right, so this is the paste the wall method. I just glued up to 28 inches on a 27-inch piece of paper. We're rolling it up from the bottom. And I imagine I'm getting ready to grab. Okay. Okay.
The advantage is I don't have to worry about washing paste off the moldings or any of that.
Okay.
So we're going to take it like this,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to unroll so that I can see where my match is,
Mm-hmm.
and hold it just a little bit below where the match is.
Mm-hmm.
Get it on my match,
Uh-huh.
and then work it back from there. Okay,
Yes.
do this, my brush comes out of my pocket, I take this down, I smooth it, and you continue down the wall.
Okay.
Trick places.
All right. Long step. So I use those. All right, it's a little buckled here, but I'll come back for that. Should I go all the way to the bottom of the sheet?
Yeah, as long as it's not overlapped.
Nope.
Where's your brush? Your brush should be in your hands now, smoothing that middle down as you go.
Okay.
Okay? Keep it right in your hand. This is an ongoing operation.
Okay.
Work it right down to the bottom.
Is it okay that I'm cheating it towards my seam right now?
I'm not understanding what you mean by that.
Well, I'm smoothing in the direction of the seam because I want it to move that way.
Yeah. Right, and at that point you can just let it go. And now just let's not use our hands so much, let's use our brush.
Okay.
And go back, get the top done. Trim your top.
What's that?
Trim your top.
Oh no, I'm going after it. Yeah, there's no such thing as being righty or lefty. You gotta work with both hands. There's a lot going on here.
Good. Now do that on the other side. paste on it, don't wipe it on your pants, wipe it on a bare section of the wall.
Okay.
But, no, I don't know why you're going back into the middle of the sheet. I told you go down the seam with it.
Oh, okay, just like
Right.
that.
Yes. There you go. See, now your seam is all nicely set.
Okay.
You don't want to go back into the middle of the sheet. That's already been smoothed with the brush.
All right.
Because if you do that, you're going to stretch it, and then we're going to get all kinds of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now continue right down that seam, just like you were. Right down to the bottom. Go across the bottom. Trim it off.
My towels.
And if you need to, go right down that seam with your vinyl smoother like you did on the other side, all the way down. Just keep going, don't. And we're done. See, all beginners want to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, but it's not necessary.
Just leave that seam alone.
Just leave it.
That's finished.
It's not open, it's not overlapped, it's finished, right?
Okay. Okay. Let me grab a paper towel and wipe down because I'm feeling sweaty.
Okay.
And that was definitely work.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's like when I'm with customers. Half of it is nerves, half of it is movement and working. I wish there wasn't so much of a rush to get things done as far as the pace time, but that's the nature of it. Because you start sweating about, this is taking too long, and you're like, I don't like how the seam looks, but this is taking too long. I don't like how the seam looks. From here, it looks amazing. But that's not ever where my customers look at stuff. You walk over. Oh, Jay, I think you did a nice job. Oh my God, I can see this. Of course you can see it's white paper. Did you think it was going to not be there?
Yes, of course you can see it. It's called a seam.
Okay.
And it's not open. It's touching. And that's the way it is.
Why does this look better than here? This is, these are, I already hear the questions coming. Why does this look better than there? Can't you make the rest of it
you
look
might want to try taking your seam roller and see if you can lightly roll it a bit. That might help.
The flat one or the oval one?
I would use the oval one. I don't
Okay.
like the flat ones.
Okay. First I'll do a little test down low and see if it even does anything I want it to do. tell you what, it's definitely not hurting. Light pressure.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel confident that it's evenly lined up. Oh, wow, that looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Totally groovy with that.
Yeah.
And that. Of course, the eye level stuff. I'm not going to try budging it now because I know it's part of the wall. Is there still any slip left in this? No way.
I mean, there might be a minimal amount if you have some area that's really, really awful looking.
That would be for your hands. I wouldn't be.
But, yeah. And, you know, there's a thing of leaving well enough alone.
Always have to have eye level your best work. When we sand and finish stairs, the edge of like at least these 4 or 5 stairs right here, they gotta feel like glass. Because they're gonna walk over and determine how the whole job is just by going, wow, that's smooth. Wow, that's rough. Yeah. Oh my God. And then they start going to other corners and think, no.
All right, I'm gonna start picking if that
okay.
sounds a reason.
I think I like this. I really don't like that the white seams are there, but yeah, from here it looks totally legit.
And you see, that's it. It's just like you said when the person got down on their hands and knees. We don't get down on our hands and knees. We don't stand with our nose to the wall. We stand 5 to 10 feet out from it.
So there is instances where there's gaps in the floors, and instead of arguing or discussing with the customer, oh, couldn't you just fill that one? Instead of saying, you know, it's part of the job and you're going to see those, I just fill it. Now, besides the white pencil, is there anything to do to help anything?
And I wouldn't even take a white pencil to that. That's how it is.
That's how it is. You got to leave it
alone. The white
pencil
pencil's going to have a different finish than that wall covering, and then it's going to stand out even more.
And this sounds like a total butcher, but there's no way that you would take a little bit of white caulking there and then wipe it off again.
Same thing.
It's going to leave
what
a different
kind
shine.
of a finish does caulking have?
Whatever it dries with, yes.
Shiny, right?
Yeah.
Is that shiny? No. It's not going to be, it doesn't even matter what kind of finish it has. It's not going to have the same finish as that paper.
So it's not like you're going to grout that crack line and then clean the rest off and it'll stay grouted.
No.
Okay. These are...
Because the grout is not the same finish as that
I get it.
So
that's it, legit. And if you went and inspected a job, you would say it looks like he did a fair job.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to expect.
That's a perfectly acceptable job.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
I need to know that because I'm expecting only perfection, because when I walk to my customers for a check, like I say, how I sleep at night, if I leave nothing for them to find, I can go to sleep that night. But if I know I see it,
right,
very likely or possible they can see it, and now I have to worry about what my what fire I'm going to put out tomorrow.
Well, and you know, now you've also learned that white paper is very unforgiving on the seams.
Even as beautiful as
so
there, yeah.
When you're doing the estimate, you're first meeting the person, you're wondering what kind of paper they're going to have, and they show you this, that's a very good talking point. It's like, well, you have to realize that as good as I am, it's impossible to make a white paper seam totally disappear. You will see the seam a little bit. Be right up front about it.
And it'd be nice if they had the goods there and you could show an example of it. Be like, look, this is perfect case scenario. And you could see that line there. We're going to see that when it's on the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and hang this, and I just want to bring up what you made.
The thing is, always, as I told you the other day, after you hang 2 sheets, you get the person that's signing the check in there and say, how do you like it?
1 and 2. Okay, and then they come in like, gee, I can really see that.
Yeah, and you say that's how a seam on white paper looks. If you don't want me to continue, now's the time.
And then what? I've set up and everything. You walk away and
Well,
put
you
your
don't
tools in
just
your
walk
truck.
away. I mean, you've already got a deposit.
Hmm.
You always get a deposit before you start a job. And if they don't like it, then, you know, they lost whatever your day's pay is. Hopefully the deposit was more than the day's pay.
Hmm. I like to have that disclaimed up front. So, anyways, good paperwork always keeps.
Right.
If I have that in there and I can point at it and say this allows for these scenarios because it's part of the job.
So now we want to take the sponge and get all this crapola off the side of the bucket.
Take the sponge, or can I knock it down with this first? No.
The sponge, we're getting rid of it. We don't want it in the bucket.
Oh, okay.
It's thick, it's gobby, it's gooey. This is, take your sponge out. This is going in there. No. And I just go right around.
Okay. Clean it all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do I do with that?
Put it in the water and get rid of it. Okay. That's good. That's good.
See, this is Gerald's main job. He said he keeps the side of that bucket so that it's like brand new the
That's
whole time they're working.
Sure.
Okay.
So that's.
He doesn't even know as good a helper that he is. He certainly doesn't pay him for as good as he is.
And that we washed off earlier, so that's fine.
Yeah, I would keep like a chip brush or something but I like the reach on this though. So having a real brush is fine, and it's not going anywhere because this stuff is always water based. So you can use a decent brush and use. Now, how about these as we get glue buildup on this?
Yeah,
I want to keep this
wash them,
pristine.
but you know, you only want to wash it at the end of the day.
Okay.
Let it dry overnight. But hopefully, you don't have to wash it more than once a month or something.
Really? Feel it? Did I mess it up? That's okay.
Yeah.
Right. And besides, it'll rejuvenate once I wet it again when I do want to wash it.
Yeah, it's just like when I throw this in the washing machine tonight. That's coming off.
Oh, okay. It's good to know. All right, talk to me. What would you like me to do?
Okay, so I'd like you to get that cleaned up, take that downstairs and wash that up if you want to wash these towels out.
Are we wrapping up?
No, we still have time.
Okay.
I just want to get that cleaned up before we, it's 20 of 2. So we're almost an hour and a half still.
What am I going to do? Wash my rags out, wash this out. Okay.
Ready for the next battle.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the sample, and I want you to label it either on the front or the back, or you can do it. Non-woven. This is an up-and-coming wall covering. I hope and I think that the industry is using a lot more of this. So.
Tell them to. See if you
Oh,
want the
I
product
do.
to come out nice. Make this.
We're not done writing. I tell them to. You know what they tell me? It's expensive.
So you're
You
charging
know
a
what
lot.
I tell them? So is your product. If you have to charge $10 more a roll, do you really think the person's going to care? Okay. So this non-woven is, how would we take it off in the future? Wet or dry?
Dry.
Yes.
Come right off. Then you wash the wall.
Exactly. Okay, so it's dry strippable. What kind of paste did we use?
880.
And tell me about pasting.
I can paste the back of it and book it, or I can paint the wall paste the wall, and then go fetch our sheet and go put it on the wall. You don't paint two areas. You only
Say that again.
you paint one sheet at a time,
Yes.
one wall width at a time,
Right.
with an inch extra.
Yes, slightly wider.
Going back, like over rolling it, and come back again, seems like it's double tack at the seam, maybe it's too better.
Yeah. Paste it over there, so now let me give you a sample. This other one.
That's woven.
So here's the name of the pattern.
Vignette Chamois.
Oh, you speak French?
Only when I could read it easily.
And this pattern was copyrighted in 1979. It's hand printed for Bailey and Griffin. So we have a little joke in the industry. Anytime you're hanging the ampersands.
Oh.
This is an ampersand.
Yes.
Hey, you're making big bucks.
Because it's a collaboration of two artists.
Well, and it's, you know, these are expensive wall coverings. It's always Cowton and Tout, Bailey and Griffin, Brunswick and Fee. There's a whole number of them.
Okay.
Another good thing.
And there's 13 colors in that.
13 colors in it. Whereas a machine printed paper only goes up to 7 colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's as many print rollers, different color print rollers as they can fit on a printing press for wallpaper. So we also have trim marks, which show you where you need to cut the selvage off.
I like that. Thank you very much.
So you trim just a whisker, a 32nd of an inch, a 64th of an inch inside the trim mark.
Inside, so you take
the trim mark off and the line off.
Okay.
So this is the good part of the wallpaper in here.
You only want to have white on there. You don't want any of the color when on your selvage when you take it away after you trim it. Can I see, is there an actual line or it's just where the color ends?
Now, do you see that line above the trim?
Oh, I do. That's an actual mark line. Okay.
Yes. So you have your straight edge just in from that.
Okay.
Okay. So now here is my beautiful pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a selvage like that over here.
So we're creating our own seams.
Yes. So you're creating perfect seams.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
And this way it didn't get damaged in shipping or anything. It also has join marks. Join marks tell you about the pattern match. If the join mark on this selvage is here, what kind of a pattern match do I have?
It's a straight match.
Right. If the join mark is somewhere down here, halfway down the pattern repeat,
that'll be our one drop.
It's a drop match.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what selvage is all about.
And selvage is only on the hand printed.
Generally.
Okay.
I hate to use the word always.
No, generally is fine.
Because that's when you get into trouble. Mine's now.
All right. She doesn't look bad either.
She's out in California. And
you know, I don't know if this is a fact, but ugly people won't get as famous as a decorator as somebody that looks good too. They get more credibility like that.
So that is that little piece I showed you earlier. That's what it looks like up on the wall.
Okay.
But there are certain people who didn't attend Wall Covering Installations Academy course that try and hang this stuff, and they do botch work like this, and then they get out some kind of God knows what and try and cover up their mistakes with it. And look at here how they even colored in the line, trying to, because they totally mistrimmed it. So this is when Bradley Bender gets called into court to testify as a professional witness.
Now, were they hanging that for an art studio as an example of hers, or as an application in someone's home?
Beautiful home.
Oh, boy. And all that print was...
Yeah, and we're talking many hundreds of dollars a roll, if not $1,000 a roll.
May I look closely?
Yep.
These people that make these things should work in unison with somebody to apply it.
Well, and they should also do something like print it on a non-woven.
Okay.
Why can you not do that? So I am on this crusade for the last 2 years because we don't have a lot of transpaper hangers right now. And we're going to wind up with this kind of stuff.
Non-woven. What makes woven? I like woven. It has a heavy gauge to it.
Well, that's going to lose the whole designer look and whatnot. That's like real commercial holiday room hallway stuff.
Okay.
You know, the birch trees that you just hung.
Yes.
Whole different look.
Yes. So that was printed on a woven, and you think...
No.
No, it wasn't?
It was printed on pulp paper. And they just... So, join mark, join mark, join mark, join mark, trim marks. So we know that this is not a straight across match, is it?
It is not, because there's nothing over here to put on that.
Correct. So if I have a join mark here and a join mark here, let's
Find out what half of that is.
handy measuring stick here.
I love that measurements.
And see, this is a really nice paper. Feel that?
It's not so frightening. I feel safer with this than pulp.
Than pulp. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So this is a nice dry
See,
streak.
it's just demystified. Remember before I said...
Okay, so it's 20 1/4. It could never just be 20 that it divides evenly, could it? No, it's
You
20
got to draw
1/4.
this stuff too. They're not looking at tape measures.
So, yeah, that's it too. She just had a glass of wine and got out her drawing
inspiration.
marker. So, so it's going to be 10 1/8, which is here. And there's no join mark.
Mm-hmm. There's one here.
Yeah, but it's not 10 1/8. What do you think's going on?
Whatever, that's how they made it. It goes here.
Okay.
It goes there.
So if my pattern repeat is 20 1/8, and my join mark
We need to use a square to find out.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to say 6 inches down.
Approximately.
6 goes into 20. 6, 12, 18. So this is going to be something like a 1/4 drop match. So it's going to be A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. This is more than I realized I was going to get into.
Good.
10 minutes
Throw the hard
before
stuff at me.
quitting time.
This is the hard stuff.
Okay. So we have a multiple drop. This is not going to be A sheet, B sheet, A sheet, B sheet.
Can I say something? This would become confusing to me with all of the measurements on it.
Yeah.
I would first establish my first piece and then just make sure the next ones I cut are long enough to do what I need to happen,
That will get
regardless
you
of the math.
That will get you where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go back to my original reason for this demonstration, which was showing you how to trim the paper.
Okay.
So where I have a trim mark and a trim mark, I'm just going to cut this much off and call it a pattern repeat. And actually, I see a join mark in 2002. I see a join mark in 2002. So this is a pattern repeat right here. Okay, you see that, and you see that, same pattern.
Okay.
Right, and then it's got that little tweak and that little tweak. Oh, it's actually even
We got a bunch of joints
smaller than that. But I'm going to tell you something. The screens are never this small. They're always like about this size.
So this,
So
is
this
really
pattern
what's gonna be
repeats once inside the silk screen that they're printing this
true. Oh,
with.
this is silk screen.
Yeah, that's what hand screen means. They use a silk screening method.
Not the same place that does your t-shirts.
No, but the same kind of idea, same kind of screen.
Just jumping on. Well, this is for demonstrations. You're not cutting anything.
No, this is,
Talk to me about paper cuts. That'll cut you.
oh yeah. Well, so that we can put away to torture.
I know about paper cuts. I worked a few years in a print shop.
Oh yeah.
So actually, I do know how to
And
handle
that's
and
why
chop.
on your list of things in your toolbox, it says a box of Band-Aids.
Oh, I thought that was just to put my old blades in. A metal
No,
box
no,
of
no, no,
Band-Aids.
no. Once it's empty, then you can use it to put your
Oh, I thought that's why all the
razor blades in. No, that-
wallpaper guys had, the old metal
Yeah.
Band-Aid box.
Yeah,
I thought that was to put your old blades in.
yeah. No, you definitely want to have some Band-Aids handy. You will get cut either by the paper or by your broad knife. I've had terrible broad knife cuts in here.
From what?
You gotta reach for it. And I want to work the rest of the day, and I don't want blood all over everything, so I gotta taper up.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that I've got her lying flat on the table,
We grab a real straight edge.
real straight edge. Oops. And I put it just inside my trim marks.
With good lighting.
See that? See that?
Just inside. That's way inside.
Well, it moved.
Okay.
So I put it here. Now I get it where I need it there. And then I come back here and
That's true.
is
That's
that
just
is this
inside.
in
That's the
right
width.
place?
That's the width of a razor.
Is this in the right place?
Mm.
No, it moved.
No.
So now I have to fine tune it a little more.
You roll your finger.
Okay?
Yes, it's showing just
So
the hint
just
of color.
there. And just there. And that is okay.
You see me going Magoo? I gotta look through this side. This is
Yeah.
the 3.5 side. Okay, I like that. That's placed perfectly.
All about it. Okay. So now, holding our hand like this, thumb here and these fingers here, this gives us good pressure on there. Holding the blade like this, thumb pressed against it, these two fingers here, and trim. Go about 6 inches past your fingers that are holding the straight edge down. And you see I'm holding this blade at a perfect 90-degree angle to the straight edge.
So that's why this thing sits up like that. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a really nice trim there.
Mm-hmm.
So now I take this and I bring it over here. Here's my join mark. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that. Okay, you know why?
You gotta keep swinging.
Yeah, the reason that's not working is because I'm like actually three true patterns away from where this is gonna match. Remember we said it's a quarter. So I can't treat it, right now I'm treating it like it's a straight across match.
Yes.
But it's not, so I have to go way up the sheet somewhere. If the pattern repeat was 20 inches, I've got to go 60 inches up the sheet to find the other side of this pattern. So that's not going to happen on this demo thing. So kind of just imagine, if you can, that what I want to do now is I want to put these trim marks on top of these trim marks, and then I should see a perfect match.
Will it fit anywhere? Slide it around.
No, it's not going to fit anywhere.
Okay.
It's going to fit 60 inches up the sheet.
Okay.
Because this is a 1/4.
Oh, so it's
drop.
4 away.
So you talk about using up paper.
I'll be honest,
real,
I'm pretty lost.
It's real gold.
It's real gold.
Yeah.
We have to practice on real gold. Well, what are you going to do with one roll of this anyway?
It's not everybody that gets practice with real gold. It's just Lee Gunderson.
That's right. Only the best Gunderson floors.
Okay. So then,
$21-ish.
yeah, it's going to be in that neighborhood. Okay, so now you get the idea at least of how trimming is done.
Can I knock this
So
trim out?
I would like you to do that, yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm following your example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good placement.
Don't get too greedy. We need to have some of the orange there. Okay, now to use your technique, I don't know if you use both sides of that. Oh, you're used to peeling these things. Okay. These come in the black also. All right, so
Yeah, the black is surgical steel, which is the sharpest, and they will last longer.
okay, so you started here.
Mhm.
Get that perfectly to there. Your thumb holds the blade, and we
You
make
got
sure
this hand just backwards. There you go. Well, it can be that, yeah.
that feels clumsy to me, like really extraordinarily clumsy. I could feel like I could hold it firmly like this. I like the straight edge, it doesn't move at all.
Right. That's a nice advantage of the brass found. Because aluminum, it would be jumping all over the place.
This is the $200 straight edge that I need to get.
Is that what they're up to?
I think it was. I remember him saying a frightening number, and I said, well, I'll start with the 3 foot first.
This was $25 when I bought it, which seems like a lot of money. 40 years is 40 years.
I'm not keen on that. Looks like I'm touching my black
So
over here.
now, what we gotta do is look
I
here.
don't even say the shade. No.
Unfortunately, you lucked out.
Yeah.
But if there was any black on there, you would have to go back and take off this minute hair.
That's all right.
So you did it. You made it.
I did it, but can I see your piece, please?
Oh, I threw it out on it
Okay,
and I
all right.
wrinkled it up.
Okay.
So now, if this was a straight across match, we would make a wiggly cut like this down the middle so that we don't confuse the middle with a trimmed edge. If I did a straight cut there, I might like, oh, now what's what? So by doing this wiggly cut, I know this is the middle of the sheet. So if this was a straight across match, and I could just take this bring it over here and see how it matched up. But since it's not,
Bingo.
well, that's kind of nice the way it goes on there.
Is that how well they match?
Well, again, this is not really the match. The match is
4 away.
4 away.
And it should
Right.
line up better on
Right.
that fourth one.
Right. And, you know, if sometimes you're going to find some of these that are a little bit off, and that's when you would take your colored pencil and just put a little, you know, don't get carried away like that woman that did the botch
No,
job and get out the can of black paint.
Yeah, you try redrawing the whole print.
Right. But just like a little tiny dot to fool the eye
Okay, so
wouldn't hurt.
plus we have the mysticism in there where you say, well, this was hand painted
Right.
and printed.
Right. And it tells
It's
you.
not made under
it tells
factory
you-
precision.
It tells you in the directions that it's not
This is part of the beauty of it.
precise.
And you just make sure at eye level you get the
Right.
best match, and then down at the
And,
bottom.
you know, just the merest touch of a gold pencil or a black pencil there is going to fool the eye enough.
Actually, I think I like that guy meeting better there, and then continuing the black here.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
Ooh, look how nice this is. Oh, no, it's not. Well, this goes more towards the floor. This is where your eye will be.
Yeah, something like that, you know. But again, we're just
And you
we're
believe,
speculating uselessly.
and you
because
believe
it's
this
not
will
that.
match better. because they didn't go to all the trouble of printing these for it to look like crap as it seems.
So,
How awesome this is.
yes.
I'm proud of the eye level parts of it.
Yeah.
The that one there is really what would give me trouble. This for some, and it meets up nice. Hello, kitty. Come on. Come on. What's all the meowing about? Oh. You just want me to let you in.